Welcome, my friend. I'm Cassian, and this is Chronicles of the Warmaster. Here we tell the whole Horus Heresy saga slowly, book by book. This is episode 7, and if you're catching up, every earlier episode is waiting for you on the channel. Tonight, a weary Death Guard captain will find that the most dangerous battlefield is the one where obedience itself has become a weapon. It's the opening days of the Horus Heresy. Warmaster Horus has turned against the Emperor, and his first act of war is aimed at his own loyal Astartes, gathered below on the world of Istvan III. Captain Nathaniel Garro of the Death Guard is about to watch it happen. There is a kind of dread that has no name yet. It arrives before the proof. It sits in the chest of a soldier who has fought 1,000 battlefields and cannot work out why this one feels wrong. He stands at the viewport, battle captain of the 7th Great Company of the Death Guard. Below him, Istvan III is beginning to turn brown at the edges. He has not yet been told why. He knows anyway. He stands still and he watches a continent die. He is an old soldier. He walks with a limp. There is steel and brass where the lower half of his right leg used to be, and he leans on the navigation podium to hide it. He has fought for the Imperium since before most of the worlds in this sector had names. He does not yet have words for what is happening. He only has the dread. Hold on to that feeling. By the end of this hour, you will understand it better than he does, and so will he. Tonight, one man decides Terra has to know. Before we go any further, 2 men. The Primarch first, Mortarion, the Death Lord. He grew up under a sky so poisoned it killed ordinary men, climbing toward warlords who hid in the clouds. He learned to outlast venom. He learned to outlast everything. He taught his legion the same. Where other Primarchs are blades, Mortarion is a slow, certain weight that does not stop. And Garro, born on Terra. A relic of the old 14th Legion before there were Primarchs at all. He keeps the old traditions, and he keeps an old serf at his side as close to family as an Astartes is permitted. There is one thing he will not do, no matter who asks. He will not join the lodges, the hooded gatherings, the secret meetings that have rooted themselves in every legion of the Crusade. Truth, Garro will tell you, cannot live in shadow. Mortarion is silent these days. He listens to Captain Typhon now, and not to his old battle brothers. Garro has noticed he does not yet understand what it means. He is about to. Cut forward. The Death Guard fleet at high anchor above Istvan III. 4 legions of Astartes are already on the surface. Sons of Horus, World Eaters, Emperor's children, Death Guard. Loyal warriors, sent down to put the planet's traitor governor in his grave. Garro is on the frigate Eisenstein, attached to the battle group, watching the operation through a tactical plot. Then the wrong Vox fragment. Then the wrong silence on a channel that should be live. Then the order goes out across the fleet, and Garro understands the order before he hears the second word of it. Bombardment, from orbit, onto their own men. The number on his tactical screen begins to fall. 12,000 Astartes deployed, 12,000 Astartes unreachable. Whole companies wiped out between one breath and the next. He demands a channel to Mortarion. The channel does not open. He demands a shuttle to the flagship. The shuttle is delayed. He stands on the bridge of the Eisenstein, watching brothers die who do not yet know they have been betrayed, and his face does not move at all. The dread has a name now. It is treachery, and his own Primarch is part of it. He gets onto the flagship by force of seniority and force of will, and there he finds the second betrayal waiting. Mortarion will not see him. Typhon will. Typhon is captain of the first, the inner ring of the Death Guard, the lodge men who hold the Primarch's ear. The audience chamber is steel grey and very quiet. They speak in low voices, like the brothers they once were. Typhon does not give Garro an order. Typhon gives Garro an offer. There is a long argument coming, Typhon says, and on a long argument it is wise to be on the right side. The Warmaster has chosen. Mortarion has chosen. The lodges have chosen. There is still room for Nathaniel Garro at this table, if he can let go of his old loyalties. Garro asks the only question that matters. Did the Primarch order the bombardment? Typhon does not answer. The not answer is the answer. Garro turns and walks out of the audience chamber. He has perhaps 4 minutes before Typhon decides that an Astartes who has heard the offer and refused it is a problem that needs solving. He does not waste them. He kills 3 brothers on the way back to the shuttle bay. The first is in a transit corridor. Hand to his vox to call the alarm. Garro shoots him through the throat before the word leaves his lips. The second is a Sergeant Garro drank with 2 nights ago at the mess. They look at each other for 1 heartbeat. The sergeant raises his bolter. Garro is faster. The third is younger. He tries the formal challenge. The old words, "Stand down, brother," in the Primarch's name. Garro does not stand down. The challenge is finished with a power sword. He does not pause for any of it. He does not enjoy any of it. There is no time, and there will be no time later. He steps over the third body and keeps moving. Forgive me, brothers. Where you are going, you will not need it. He reaches the shuttle bay alive. The shuttle launches with a quarter of its own crew still trying to seal the rear hatch. Behind him, the flagship's defense guns begin to track. The shuttle dives for the Eisenstein at thrust. No human pilot would have dared. Garro is the only Astartes aboard. He reaches his frigate. The Eisenstein's bridge is split. Some crew were ready for him, loyalists, men he has trained, his old veteran sergeant Andus Hakur with a bolter already in his hands. Some were not. Half the bridge is the conspiracy, half is his. The fight is short and very ugly. It happens at the range of a man's arm between consoles. Garro takes the command throne with his power sword still wet. Caleb, his housecarl, his bondsman, the old serf who has carried his blade to the armory for 30 years, goes down covering him. There is no time to look at him. There is no time to lift him. There is barely time to breathe. Garro takes the bridge. He gives one order to Shipmaster Carrier. Maximum thrust for the Mandeville point. Translate to the warp. Carrier knows what that order means. The Mandeville point is the place where a ship is far enough from a star's gravity, well, to break safely into the warp. To run for it from high anchor is to bear the frigate's spine to the entire rebel fleet for 20 minutes of straight burn. They will be fired on. They cannot fire back. Carrier nods anyway. The Eisenstein begins to run. The rebel fleet sees what the Eisenstein is doing and they open fire. Lance batteries from 3 ships of the line track the running frigate. Macro cannon rounds the size of hab blocks tumble past her. One catches her port flank and tears open half a deck. Astartes and mortal crew die in vacuum, sealed behind blast doors they did not have time to clear. The Eisenstein does not turn. The Eisenstein does not stop. Shipmaster Carrier holds the burn. His helmsman holds the burn. Garro stands on the bridge with one hand on the brass rail and the other on the pommel of his sword, and he does not give the order to turn either. And then the Mandeville point. The navigator in his throne goes rigid, the warp engines build, and reality falls open in front of the Eisenstein like a bruise. The frigate plunges into it. The warp is wrong. Garro can feel it before the navigator screams it. The bed of the Imperium has gone sour around them. There is something in there that is waiting, and they are flying straight into it. But they are out of the rebel fleet, and the rebel fleet cannot follow them where they are going. We leave Garro on the bridge of a wounded ship, staring at a list of survivors that has just halved, with one mission left: get to Terra before the heresy does. That signal, if it reaches Terra, may be the only warning humanity gets before Horus's war reaches the throne world itself. Next, the Eisenstein sails into the warp and hell answers back. Thank you for staying with me to the end. If this chapter found a place in your thoughts, subscribe, and you'll be here when the next one arrives each week. Leave a like and tell me your favorite moment or your own thoughts in the comments. It helps these old stories find more ears. Until next time, walk wisely and keep the Emperor's light close.